Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing with you our homeschool weekly activities, will be our work boxes and our Montessori inspired activities that we did all throughout this week. I hope that you enjoy and that this video is inspiring as well as helpful and resourceful. If you have any questions or any suggestions you want to leave me, you can do so down in the comment section below. It's a long video because it's everything that we did throughout the week, so I really hope that it's worth your time watching this video. This is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave you guys with all the clips from each day of this week. Okay, so for her morning work, she did another row of her addition facts, and then she did her number of the day and her daily fix-it exercise. She also did this pocket chart activity that I created for her for the short I sounds. I'm trying to use up all the manipulatives that I have for short I sounds because she's already done reviewing them. She's learning English as a second language, so I'm trying to reinforce as much as I can with all the phonic reading and the spelling. So for the first drawer, which is logic and memory, we're memorizing the 50 states. I had her tell me the states that she remembers and find out their abbreviations of the North region and write it down here. If she didn't remember a state, she'll simply look it up on her map over there. For the next drawer, which is reading, continuing with her alphaphonic lesson. Even though she knows the short sounds, like I mentioned before, we're trying to make sure to do as much as we can to reinforce her phonic reading. And then she read these two books, this Bob book and this one, which is from the phonic reading program. The only words that I had to help her out with this was the two vowel sounds, like the earth, breathe, and float. Like when there are two different vowels, she still needs help with that. She hasn't learned that yet, actually. And then we played a sight word game that I showed her before, the memory game, and then she had to read the word before flipping the card over. The list that I use for that is from the adult sight words, and the words that she still needs to reinforce, we'll do games with those. So this is the game that we did. And then for math, she did the +9 fact activity sheet, and then this exercise for her notebooking pages, and we use this activity mat with her dominoes to play games, and then we did the notebooking page, and we also use her counting blocks for that. For language arts, she did these exercises from her notebooking pages, and I use her spelling workbook for this. So she did this, reading the sentence, writing down the the words, the core words and the challenge words, missing words, changing the vowel, then making a new word, and then correcting the misspelled words. And then she had to tell me about pigs and what they do. And then she asked me to correct her the art words and then the K for the pink. Sometimes she'll just tell me, Mom, tell me my mistake, and then I erase it and I rewrite it. Sometimes she'll ask me to correct her like that, so it depends, up to her. And then this other one. And then she read this book. We read it together, so she read it along with me, Mowing a Hole, and she loved it. She loved this book. And then she did this book report on that. She really liked doing a book report. This is the first one that she does. And then some cursive handwriting practice. For science, we completed this notebooking page with those words. So we did the reasoning together, trying to remember everything she's been learning, and then we completed the sentence. We also read these books, A Bat Named Pat, A Diary of a Worm, All the Colors We Are, and then the lesson for her Bible thing from the church, which was simply reading the same story we learned straight from the Bible. And then we also played games with the blue triangles, and I'm gonna insert some pictures. She also did the the math facts cards, and she plays value with her dad. Alright, so for the morning work, she completed another row of her addition math facts, and she's getting really good at this with mental math. She's doing a whole row in less than a minute or two. And then she did the number of the day, forgot to write it on word form, and then the daily fixed sentence. And at the end of the day, I leave a few things here in case she wants to do something, and she completed a page of this rhyme and opposite book, sticker book. For the Bible activity that we do daily, I'm not going to show you anymore in these videos because simply a curriculum that we follow every day from our Bible. I can do a separate video on that if you want me to. Just let me know and I'll do a separate video. So I want to keep this video just academically related or academic related. So for the first row, logic and memory, for the states, I had her place this state in her wooden map down there. So these are only for the North region, and unfortunately we have this state stuck together. But okay, today she did another number of the day in the morning, and then another daily fixed sentence. She's almost done with the addition facts. She only got 2 wrong and she just fixed it and that's it. And then she did another page of this rhyme and opposite book at the end of the day. We did not forget to do our calendar. So she did the date and the date in Spanish, the date in with money, the time, the temperature, the weather, the weekly Bible verse. And she does all of this in the morning by herself. And then I come in with her and we do our activities. So for the 50 states, she's memorizing the North region, like I mentioned before. And I had her outline the North region by heart. And then we talk about the names of the states that are in there. We listen to this song, the rhyme song. But I also found another one that is really fun. And I'm going to link it down in the description box for you if you want to go ahead and take a look. She really enjoyed this other song. So we're going to keep playing it for a few days, and see what she learned from that. For reading, we played this sight word game that I write down with dry erase marker all the sight words that she still needs to practice. And playing games have really helped her a lot with sight words. I made this die and this few dolls I've been making for her, inspired of Pepper and Pine channel. Her name is Hannah, and I've been doing a lot of dolls like the one, kind of like the one that she does. So I've been inspired by her. I'm going to link her channel down in the description box for you, so you can go ahead and take a look. She read another one of this book from the Funny Reader program, and then she read another Bob book. And she completed 2 lessons from her alphaphonic program. Like I mentioned, sight word games are awesome. What I'll have her do is I'm gonna have her read the 2nd grade and the 3rd grade list, and we're gonna cross out just like we did with these 3. The words that she can read and the ones that she cannot read, then I'll just know what words we need to keep playing games with. So for math, we worked on number line, frames and arrows. So she did that. And then she has to find out what the rule was and write it down and then complete it, make her own. And then I had her go around the house and measure things that are shorter than her and write down their name, draw them, and then measure them with a measuring tape. And then write down the number of these temperatures. These things I usually do it for to show proof to our accounting, mostly because she knows how to tell the temperature, how to tell time to the minute, and how to add how to add coins and stuff, money. So this is what we did for math, and we use our number line that I keep here in her shelf. So I have her number line all the way to 100 with some pebbles and the little kangaroo. So she will simply place the kangaroo on the starting point, and then follow the rule and place the marbles as she counts, whatever is backwards or forward or whatever, and then write it down. For language arts, she did another activity from her shelf, which is this diagram. She simply has to match the object to whatever card they belong, and we did this on the floor with her mat right there. And then she had to pick 2 objects from 3 of the groups, which is SH, TH, and CH, and she has to draw them. We did a word search from the pre-primer words right there, and then we're gonna do one of these each day for the next few days. I had her do a vowel chart, fix it, so I have the wrong cards on the wrong letters, and she had to fix the cards simply. That's it. Just trying to use up what I have of manipulative for short sounds. But then we did an exercise from this Think Along book. So simply reading a story, and then answer these comprehension questions. And I wrote down a sentence in cursive, which it says, "I love you, Jesus," and then she wrote it down with another marker. You can barely see it because it's almost all erased now by the rubbing with the other books. And then it wasn't Science Day, it was a Social Studies Day, so we completed this. It's about people. People are alike and different, so we did a comparison between these 2 boys. We underlined in green the things that are there the same, and in red for the things that are not the same. And then she answered these 2 questions. And then we did a letter travels far, and she has to place in order, cut and paste these little rectangles and place them in order. I told her just to look at the pictures and try to read it with me, and that's it. But then she noticed there were numbers, and I forgot to cover them up, but she already placed them in order, so she didn't cheat or anything. And then in here in this little pouch, I had a few dolls of her that are all different. So I had this little one, dog box stuffing. I have this little ping pong, and I have this little doll of Dora. So we did this with this exercise. So we saw all the things that are alike in clothes, and then in the hair color, and the skin color, and the eye color, and the accessories and stuff, and then the things that are not the same. And then at the end of the day, let me see, we did anything else from here. What else she did? Oh, okay, she played this. Simply did this little tangrams, or not tangrams, pattern blocks. She did this birds, which is one for each animal group. Birds, insects, amphibians, reptiles, and stuff. And then while I went and prepared some lunch, I had her look at this Animal Kingdom book that I recently bought her from the thrift store. I think I paid like $1 for it, and it has a lot of fold out activities and things that you roll and then it moves, and little mini books inside. It's awesome. The book is so cool, and it has a lot of things in each page. A lot of other stuff. It even has little mini books and a lot of lift the flap. So it's an awesome book, really nice. So she looked at this one, and she came to the kitchen with me to show me the stuff that she was amazed by. So she went through all this book. And then at the end of the day, her daddy came and read these books for her, or with her. And they were going to start reading this one about writing letters, but they only read a few pages because they're really long. So I believe that's it. Oh, and then she played this few games from her choice. This one's about balancing. This one from the Dollar Tree. She played a mini golf book that she has. And she played bowling, and then I made these shapes, and she made the shapes with this little kit. Connect the straw kit. And that's it. So for morning work, she completed the whole sheet now. She's done with it for the addition facts. Oh, and I didn't do a daily number or a daily fix it today. The calendar, same as yesterday. And for the first drawer, for the states, what I had her do today was the same thing. She outlined the North region, and then she told me the states that she remembered and colored them in. And then look for the names of those states and find the abbreviation for them and write it down. So this time we're doing it on a piece of paper because this is what's gonna go in our binder. The states that she didn't remember because she didn't color them in, I will simply tell her the first few letters of the name, and she just remember right away. But it's fine. I just want her to remember very well, not just say it when I say it. For reading, we play the sight word game again. This time I removed the words that she got right last time, and I simply repeated more of the other ones that were left, and she won. She loved this game, so we played with the little dolls, the same ones. She did a lesson 32 of Alpha Phonics. She did another Bob book, and this one she read it again because when we read it yesterday, she missed more than 2 or 3 words. So when she missed more than 2 or 3 words, I'll have her read it again. And she read it again, and she did great this time. There were a few words in here that she missed the first time, like beans and peas, the EA sound, but when she read it today, she was like bean, peas, and peach. She got it. And fruits, inside, and there another word I don't remember right now. So she read it again today, and she did great. Awesome. So that's for reading. For math, we simply completed the word problem that we forgot to do yesterday. We did more measurements. So she measured this family, and then she placed them in size order, and then measured the temperature in Fahrenheit and Celsius, and told me if it was an odd or even number. And then she did this temperature thing, color in the temperature, and tell me if the numbers are even or odd. So I'm teaching her, even though if they're big numbers, you just have to look at the last digit to find out if they're odd or even. So she's doing that. And then we went measuring around the house with a piece of paper. Before we glued it down, we put it in this clipboard, and then we looked for objects that we could measure how tall or how long they were. So this time I asked her to give me an estimate, and then writing down the actual measurement. So she will be measuring with this measuring tape. And I was the one writing everything down and drawing. And then at the last one, she wanted me to do it, so she drew that, and she wrote that down. Sorry, I can't talk right now. For language art, she did another sentence. This one is a longer sentence than yesterday. It says, "My mom is my best friend." She loved it. She loves it when I write stuff like that for her to copy. And she did this sight word search, and these were the words. Today she did that one. And then we started with the last review for the short O sound. Right here, the same one as the other sounds, the other letters of the other vowels. Missing words. Say the words, figure out the missing vowels, and write it down. Then read and find the misspelled words and write them correctly, and then write something using say, what if you could only hop like a rabbit or a frog? Write about how your life would change. And she did that, and I forgot to correct her. She was supposed to write glass right there. She even forgot the L. Okay, I'll tell her that. And then we just forgot that she needed to use the chord words. You know, the chord words over there. She only used not, but I think it was just by accident. It doesn't matter. I'm her teacher, so she's fine. Isn't that great? For think-alongs, comprehending as you read, we'd use this curriculum, as you can see, as part of the language arts, because she's not only reading, she's also comprehending as she reads, and then she has to write down the comprehension questions, and then she has to check her spelling, and sometimes she has to write down stuff and, you know, check the grammar and stuff like that. So we use it as a language arts curriculum. And right now she's doing think along test part before we move on to the next section, which is kind of like a review. And then for the last thing for language arts, we play this pocket chart game. I got this idea from Ivanna from My Little Smarty Pants a long time ago, and we played it many times with the pocket chart. So what simply did, I hid a picture behind one of the cards, and then she has to like tell me the words like run, and then see if the picture was hidden behind it, and then flip the card. So she knew that she already read that one, and until she found the picture. So we did that. And then last but not least, we were supposed to do science, but we're going to start with a animal report, and I didn't want her to start animal reporting the last day of the week. So what I had her do was do social studies again, and then we're gonna do science all next week. So for social study, we did our country symbols worksheet, and then I had her, we looked at this book again because she already read it. So we looked at this book again, and then I had her do a dotting technique with the Q-tips and some paint on this flag. And yes, she colored the stars blue instead of white. She made a mistake, but you know, it's fine. So she used that. And then we started on working on land and water. So she already knows what land is and water, but we're studying the names of each. So she had to cut and paste the meaning of each drawing. And then she did this little book, Water in Our World. She had to read and draw and color in what each thing is. And then she had to draw herself playing in the water. So we did that, social studies and geography and all that stuff. For the shelf activities, what did you do yesterday? Okay, we played this game, the place value game with this activity mat. So you simply write down a number like, it's the other way here. You write down a number like 3,427, and then she has to make that number with this card. You know, like let's say I said 5,411. You know, and she has to do that with this. And then what else she did? Oh, she did animal cycle. Just a fun activity. We're not doing animal cycle in the workbox, but it's still good to have these things around. So I made this printable for her a long time ago. So she has to do it with the pictures that I made for her, or and for the other worksheets you have to do it with these from Sapphire LTD Tube's Animal Cycle. And I just dropped this. Okay, never mind. I'll do it later. So for reading, we read Old Malolo Had a Farm. She loved it. It's kind of like Old MacDonald but with this lady from Hawaii. She loved it. And then we read What Time Is It, Mr. Crocodile? And she loved this book too. And that's good for like time management and for planning your day, making a to-do list, you know, so that's good. And she played this game. I got it from a company that sent it to me. and for free to my Spanish channel, and they're magnetic and you can do a lot of designs with these. So that's that. Okay, so today we're not going to be able to do these 4 drawers that we usually do on Fridays, simply because we're going to do other stuff around outside the house and we're not going to have time to get to this. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you really quick what we did cover last week that I didn't get to show you. So for Spanish, like I mentioned in my comeback, not in my comeback, I don't know, daily homeschool routine or something like that video, I will link it down in the description box for you. You can see how I organize my workbox. It changes on Fridays, and you can see why I do that there in that video. So we did Spanish, and then we did the vowels, I mean the syllables, ga, he, hi, go, gu. As you can see, this one are different, and if you want to make it sound like the g sound with the other, like the other 3, you have to add the u sound, like the U letter in the middle. It's a little bit confusing sometimes, so we're practicing on that. We did arrange the book to complete it, and then we did it wrong, as you can see, so I have to fix it and then do it again and, you know, fill it in. For art, you already saw in that video that I just mentioned that she did do the drawings. She has to, you know, follow instructions and draw the insects, and she loves drawing, guys. I'm telling you, she loves drawing, and I do too, so I try to teach her as many techniques as possible. So it was a sausage dog with the Play-Doh. We ended up doing a lot of other stuff too. And then complementary colors with the primary and secondary, and then tertiary colors. And then we did that. She colored in according to the, you know, like orange and blue, so she did orange and blue, and then pink, you know, like magenta, and pink, yellowish green, and so on and so forth. So that was for art. For health, since we're following this Planet Protectors Club, so I had her look at this book and read it and then color in some pictures. She colored like a few pictures in here, I think 2 or 3. Okay, and then I had her pick 5 different ways to recycle a glass jar and draw that. So she drew that. And for PE, we did something from the list: smooth play and have fun. Okay, we try to put the date here. Where is it? Okay, so we did something from this, and then, you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we do exercises in the home or outside. I probably try to make it a whole new video on what we do for PE, because of course you're not gonna see it here on the door very often. So I'll try to do a separate video on what we do indoors and outdoors for PE. So for music, I had her take her guitar and label it. So she labeled it, and then I have the labels in Spanish on the back. So they're all in Spanish on the back. And this book is also English and Spanish. It came with her guitar, and it's awesome. I love this book. So it has the label and a lot of stuff. And then we cut a picture from a magazine, and then she labeled the picture to go on her binder. And she also has guitar lessons with her dad during the week. I'm also learning how to play the flute with her, so she's doing kind of flute lessons too. And then I am planning on doing games and books today, so we are going to have time to do this. So probably have her do this when we go out, because we're going to go visit my mom. So for math, I have this 1st and 2nd grade game, addition and subtraction, clever cars, and then I have the money bingo. So I'm gonna have her pick one, and then if we have time, we play a second one. If not, that's fine. What's a pair and what's a dozen for reading a math book. And then she really loved me reading this book to her this week, so I brought it, so if we have time we can read it again. And then for language arts, I have this blend sounds sandwich game. And then we play it like this. We pick one blend, and then we say 1 or 2 words that start with that or that has the blend in the middle of the word. And then I have the rhyming bingo, and again I'll have her pick one of the 2, and if we have time we play 2 of them. And then we read few more pages of this with Love, Little Red Hen, because it's kind of long, you know, there are letters. So the whole point of reading this book is so she can have an idea of how to make a test comprehensible, you know, how to write a letter, you know, the facts that you add, the punctuation points, the grammar, you know, the ideas, how to explain your ideas, what you want to say, how to explain what you want to say, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I have planned, and then I have an extra book, Winter Survival, and I'll just read it to her, and then I might play this game again with my brother and sisters. So that's it.